the NBA dropped their top 75 players list. Obviously, we're not going to read all 75 players, but solid list. Some interesting, maybe, some snubs people have been talking about for sure. That have been, they were left off. Some interesting inclusions. I think we'll throw to you, Chris. You had some thoughts, right?
I got some thoughts. Some of them I'm going to start pretty boring with pretty even keel.
And then
everyone agrees with these kind of thoughts, and then I'll get to my hot takes. But we can do some banter, and then I'll get to my hot takes. I don't want to start out with that. A couple of names I just want to throw out there that I didn't really know who they were. There were some comments like, who the hell are these guys on Twitter? Dolph Shays and Bill Sharman. But Dolph Shays is a 12-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA guy. I don't care who he is. I don't care what he did. Seeing 12-time All-NBA on your resume, yeah, you deserve to be on this list. There aren't that many guys like that. He's one of like 3. Bill Sharman, he's the George Mikan of shooting guards. I've never heard of this guy, to be honest, before this list. He's the only name I didn't know. When I looked him up, it's like, oh, this guy's good. 8-time All-Star, 7-time All-NBA. Kind of was the first guy to shoot in a way. And his shot is silly. Nobody shoots that way today, but he was still athletic enough to be able to do it. So props to those guys. Keep them on this list. I'm gonna go light first off. One old name that I want to take off is Dave Bing. Great name.
Yeah, he's
Dave
come
Bing.
up a lot.
Yeah, 7-time All-Star. 7-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. He played for the Pistons for most of his career. No championships, nothing. I don't know why this guy's here. Like, this guy's fine. He's like,
there's the older guys, man. I have, past the 80s, I don't know.
Another point guard I want to put on here is two more. Earl Monroe, 4-time All-Star, 1 All-NBA, and then Lenny Wilkins. Lenny's was weird. 9-time All-Star, but 0 All-NBAs.
What?
I didn't understand.
That is weird.
That's strange.
And I don't know these guys, and I don't know if you guys have any takes on those 3. Do you want to defend any of them? What's
nope.
Those guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know anything about those guys. I think a lot of those guys got grandfathered in. I know there was some conversation about the list was going to be kind of blown up from the original best 50 and it never got blown up. I think guys just, grandfathered everybody in, which is fine. But maybe let's get into some more your interesting, juicier ones.
So the reason why I bring those guys up is because a guy like Tony Parker, 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA second team, 1/3, 4-time NBA champion, and then the creme de la creme of why Tony Parker should be on this list, 1-time Finals MVP. This guy did not only have a great career, he was the best player in the season. The fact that Tony Parker's left off this list and the only guy on that Spurs team from the new millennium is Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's a fantastic player, top 5 all time. Sure. I would argue for that 100%. But Tony Parker needs a place on this list, and it's awful that he's not on here. But we got Earl freaking Monroe with his 4 All-Star appearances on this list, just because this is like the opposite of what is it called when recency bias? What's the opposite of recency bias?
Old bias.
Old bias. Like, we're just
old bias.
Reminiscing too hard. Like, oh, that guy was so good. It's like, yeah, no, nostalgia but he really bias. Wasn't. And the guy's now nostalgia bias. I like that nostalgia bias.
Nostalgia bias.
Tony Parker needs to be on this list. And that was kind of my number 1, to be honest. Looking at this, like, obviously everyone's talking about Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
8-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, three-time All-Defensive Player of the Year. And obviously led the Magic to the 09 Finals, beat LeBron.
That's a tough one.
LeBron and Kobe show from happening. So
he's a 5-time rebound champ and 2-time block champ too.
Oh man, yeah, him not making it is probably egregious.
Him from age 21 to 28, which is your prime. He had one of the best stretches from a 21 to 28 you can possibly have.
Yeah,
I mean, he dominated the league for a solid 5 to 6 years.
That's true.
Yeah, because there was talks like who would you rather have, him or LeBron, and the majority was saying Dwight for a stretch there. So,
which was ridiculous.
The third one I'll talk about here is Klay Thompson. My personal favorite, Klay in my heart should be on this list. His stats aren't that great. 5-time All-Star, 2-time third team All-NBA, 1 All-NBA second team too. That's weird I have it like that. But then 3-time NBA champ. The guy scored 37 points in a quarter. He's the reason why Durant went to Golden State. I don't think I can articulate that enough. Like, He's the reason why
he blew up Oklahoma City.
He did.
Game 6
on
baby.
his own. I know. That's one of those games. There's 2 games I remember where I was. I was in Milwaukee at some random ass bar, watching Klay Thompson just drop threes all over the court against OKC. And so those are my 3. What do you guys takes?
Did you mention Klay's all defensive team as well? He has
no.
He does have an all defensive team award to his name as well.
That's the other part. His defense is so good. That's why I liked him over. I didn't even mention Damian Lillard yet, but I liked him over Damian Lillard.
Over Damian.
Yeah, I think that's
Dame's
about what I had
on
my list. The 3 that I flagged as potentials that should come off in favor of those was Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, and then my last one, which I know Titus has some stronger feelings about, is Russell Westbrook.
You're out of your mind.
So Anthony Davis obviously has the championship, 8-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 1 All-Rookie, 4 All-Defensive, 3 block champs. The more I'm reading it, the more maybe he should be on the list. But
the thing with Anthony Davis,
I think if you put like Anthony Davis and Howard side by side, like I feel like they're comparable.
I agree. Dwight's over Anthony 100%.
Like if Dwight's got to get on, and you're talking somebody from like this kind of era, I think Davis would be the one that he would take his place of.
So who should be on this list? Anthony Davis or Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Really?
Dennis Rodman, I mean, that one is one I know that maybe his stats don't shine a ton, but he was a guy.
He made the All-Star 2 times.
Yeah,
he's a culture dude.
A culture dude, a guy
not
that
just like team culture. Like
changed the
game for a pretty decent amount of time.
He's the guy you think of when you think of defense.
He brought basketball to North Korea.
Let Kyrie play.
That's really helped.
That really helped. I saw Squid Game. Things are not going good over there.
I think I'd leave Rodman. I'd leave Rodman on over Davis.
I would leave Rodman over Davis.
That's the homer pick.
I think if it's between Davis and Howard, and that's where
there's guys like Bob McAdoo that you can.
This is I mean, like
here we go. Big Daddy
Kumquat is in the
Rodman.
Rodman. Let's see what he said here. Rodman. Oh, look at that
Dennis
guy.
Rodman.
He looks. We
all know Dennis Rodman.
That's so weird.
That is kind of weird. Wow.
That's weird.
But Dennis Rodman left for Vegas during the season to go have sex with Carmen Electra, and we're like, oh yeah. Top 75 of all time. Dennis Rodman, love this guy.
And so you want to take him off the list for that? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, but then he came back and he played like he never left.
Yeah. All right, so there's a couple things I do have to respond. All right, I'm gonna have one. Joey, and you mentioned in our group chat before the show that Russ should not be on. This is the one where I'm like, and you specifically mentioned Parker over Russ. That's the one where I'm like, no way, man. Russ, 5 straight seasons. He led the league in triple doubles, which is ridiculous. He leads, all-time career leader in triple doubles. He's going to probably end up with almost 200. There's only like 4 guys over 100. Mm-hmm. I think LeBron will eventually get over 100. He's at 99 right now. He's led the league in triple doubles 6 total times, but 5 straight. And then, he averaged a 31, 10, and 10 triple double for a season, dude. 3 straight seasons of triple doubles, 4 total. I mean, the guy is an absolute beast. I get it.
How many times has he been All-Star, Russell, so far?
I did not see the All-Star.
9-time All-Star.
9-time All-Star. He's just one of he's led the league in assists and points multiple times. He's probably going to be, so like Chris Paul just passed the 20,000 points, 10,000 assists mark, and he's the first guy to ever do it. And there's a couple guys that are coming behind him. It's LeBron, Russ, and I forget, there was one other guy. I think Harden is the other potential guy. But it's going to be 3 guys that have ever done that, 20,000 and 10,000, and it's going to be Russ, Chris Paul, and LeBron. To me, that makes them the greatest players. Tony Parker, he was only ever a 20-point per game scorer. The year he won his MVP, finals MVP, he was 20th in assists that season as a point guard. So he's never led the league in anything. It was just, he's a great player, no doubt about it. And I think he should be included. I might swap him for Dame, but I know Dame is pretty loved. But I really don't have too much complaint with Parker being left off. And I will say one thing, and I might catch some heat for this one. The Finals MVP, it's a weak Finals MVP. It was against the Cavs. No. It was a 4-game sweep. He just led the Spurs in scoring 3 out of the 4 games. That was it. It was a default MVP. It was a default Finals MVP because
did you watch those games?
When Joey brought that up, I looked at the stats. When Joey brought that up, I was like, "Ooh, Finals MVP! I got to consider that." I looked at it, and you know what? I wasn't too impressed. It was LeBron's first trip carrying a bunch of nobodies to the finals, and the Spurs were going to win no matter what. And Tony just had a great series. It's fine. It's a weak Finals
still
MVP.
Got the Finals MVP.
Still
6-time
It's still Finals MVP. It's weak.
He still won the championship 4 times.
It's like Iguodala getting a Finals MVP. It should have been Steph.
No, it's not. It is completely different than Iguodala. No, don't you dare talk about Iguodala's MVP in the same way as Tony Parker won MVP. That is absurd. I knew that was coming.
All right, maybe I'm trying to stir the pot a little bit. But
all right, so we're all in agreement that Dame is off. Dame should be off the list, right?
I hate to say it, but yeah, he shouldn't be on this list. I don't know why he's on this list.
All he's got, 6 All-Star appearances, 6 All-NBA selections, and an All-Rookie selection.
I mean, I just know that he's loved, and he just buries a 3. I'm watching the game against Memphis.
He's great. It's just
he's great.
He's not done anything.
I just know he just hasn't earned it. Yeah, he just hasn't. I would honestly, I'd rather see Parker or Manu Ginobili put on.
One other name I want to bring up that I do not want on this list, and I can't believe he really is here. I think it's just because of personality, likability. Is Reggie Miller?
Reggie Miller belongs on this list.
Reggie Miller had an 18-year career. Do you know without looking how many times he made the All-Star team in 18 seasons?
4,
7,
8, 5. If you have an 18-year career and you're going to be in the top 75 all the time, you should maybe on the All-Star team like double the amount of times here. It was the All-NBA 3rd team 3 times. That's it. That's Reggie Miller. Other than that,
I get it.
I don't know what this guy's done.
My argument for Reggie,
he was on the same team for 18 seasons. Cool. He was a part of the brawl towards the end of his career. Oh, he's not as good because Michael Jordan kept beating him. Well, too bad. He didn't beat Michael Jordan.
My argument with Reggie is Reggie did. He did change the game. Reggie changed the game, man.
He did.
Like
he was Steph before Steph.
He was Steph before Steph. And the other thing is that I hated that guy, man. We all root for the Bulls as kids.
He was Steph.
I hated that guy, and that guy was a guy that
he's like a Portland's Clay, Tom.
Yeah, that was the argument about like him versus Clay. That's where I go. I'd rather have Reggie over Clay, Clay is maybe the 3rd or 4th most important guy on a championship team. And I get it, Reggie never won one, but I also go he was the best player on his team.
You guys are crazy.
Years.
Are crazy people talking right now. Clay Thompson won the championship 3 times.
Reggie Miller over Clay.
Reggie Miller's gone there once when he was like 35. He was so old.
All right, but
when he got to
Clay,
and
put Clay on a team by himself. He's not going to the finals.
Nobody's going by themselves.
Reggie did.
Okay, my argument with Clay over Dame by himself.
No, well, he's
still
the best
Jalen
player
Rose.
on the team. The best player on the team. That's where I go. Like, if Clay is your best
I would
player,
trust Clay. Yeah.
Over Reggie Miller.
Clay had games in those playoffs where he was the best player on the court, and that's why they won. And without Clay, they would not have done the things they did.
Yeah, Joey's got.
Let me just put it this. All right, so if you look on Basketball Reference, Reggie Miller's top 3 stats are like they put the little things in the top right corner, right? It's got Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, and 3-time All-NBA. That's all there is for him. Clay has 5 All-Star appearances, so they're tied in All-Star appearances. He's got 2 All-NBA selections.
Clay hasn't even played the last 2 seasons.
Clay hasn't played the last 2 selections. Clay has an All-Rookie team appearance, an All-Defensive team selection, and 3 championships. So I think Chris might be right. I think Reggie should be off. and Clay gets on.
This is why I
All
like
right.
doing the pod.
Based
This
on the
is-
stats, you're right. But
No, but Tyson, I
Look,
appreciate you having the
this is a hard
opposite
pick.
argument here because
Reggie-
No,
yeah,
it seems like Reggie would be the better pick, but I mean that's.
But you know what? Hold on, though, man. The thing is that how many years has it been since Reggie last played, and people still talk about Reggie Miller. They talk about that moment in the garden where
that's because he announced his basketball games for TNT.
Yeah,
But
people are
I'm
going to
just
talk
telling you,
about Clay.
Clay
People
is
are
going to
be
fall off
talking
the face
about
of the
Clay.
earth.
No, he's not.
He's
He's
going to
gonna go
fall off the
fishing.
face of the earth.
No, you remember that all those games where he scored 50 in like the first.
We'll remember
quarters.
because we were there.
Everybody's forgotten those games.
I'm just
Nobody's
saying,
forgotten.
the kids 20 years from now are not going to be like, oh, Clay Thompson.
they will.
I remember that guy.
Yes,
they're
they
going to be
will.
like, they're going to
Are
be
you
like, I
kidding
remember
me?
Steph. They're going to be like, I
No,
remember
but-
Steph.
No, they're going to remember
It's gonna be
both of them.
Steph,
Splash Bros.
LeBron.
Get out of
It's
here.
not. It's not. All right.
Was Reggie Miller in the original Space Jam?
Oh shoot!
No, he was
Nope.
not.
No. Is Clay
He
Thompson in
wasn't
the
in it.
reboot?
Yeah, he really
Yeah,
should
right,
be.
he was in it, and
is.
One
He's
Space
in
Jam
it.
appearance.
Clay was in Space Jam too. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
All
One
right.
movie
Well,
appearance.
let's
A
transition
couple
to our
other
last
names.
topic.
I got more names. I got
Got
more names. Let's
How
talk
many
more
more
names.
We're at
quickly-
56
Sam Jones.
minutes?
I'm not gonna. I know Sam Jones.
Did you
is
say
fine.
Sam Jones? All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next topic.
Hang on. I got names I wanted to include on this list. Tracy Mcgrady, 7-time All-Star, All NBA 7 times. 2 first, 3 second, 2 third, 2-time scoring champ. The guy never won a playoff
Brady probably could
series,
have been on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never won a playoff
but
series.
he kind of should be on here in a way.
He should be on.
All
Take
right,
Paul
I'm just
Pierce
gonna
off.
breeze-
Is Paul Pierce on
I
this
have
list?
2
Hold on.
more.
Paul
Paul
on
Pierce
the
is
list?
on this list, and I
Take
hate
him off,
Paul
put
Pierce
McGrady
this
on.
list. He's only on here because he's from He played for Boston.
Yeah, and he won one
Because
title.
half the reporters who vote on this thing are from Boston.
Congratulations,
And
KG
he
won
won
your
a
title.
championship with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Rajon Rondo carrying your ass.
I
Draymond
fucking
Green.
hate Paul Pierce.
Let's talk about Draymond Green real quick. 3-time All-Star, 1 second, 1 third, 3-time champ, defensive player of the year, 2 defensive firsts, and 2 defensive seconds. Draymond Green is better than Dennis Rodman. And I am not apologizing for this take.
That's your worst take.
Better
But
or more impactful?
and then my last, and I'm gonna speed round.
Yeah, speed round.
Last
speed round.
one. In my notes, I had got Derrick Rose.
Mm-mm.
Okay, no.
One time I
No.
think he's the only MVP not on this
There's
list.
2 MVPs not on the list. Yeah, it's him and somebody else. Forget who it is.
Yeah.
3-time All-Star, 1 first team.
Oh, Jokic. It's Jokic.
Jokic should be on this list too.
Yeah,
That's like a future thing.
We're starting. What about this guy's now?
And then
no Doug segment.
What about
I
Luka?
think
But Luke,
I don't want to talk about Luka.
Let's put him
I
on.
think Derrick Rose is more deserving than Reggie Miller to be on this list.
Oh my God! Now we're
Derrick
Now we're gonna move
Rose-
on. Now we're
No.
moving
Derrick
on.
Rose was more impactful to
It's
the
hard.
NBA
No, he
during
wasn't.
his
He was-
peak.
He was more impactful to us.
To us,
He was
I
not
love
impactful
Derrick
to
Rose.
everybody.
Everybody.
No,
He
no,
belongs
wasn't.
maybe the top 500 players
He-
list.
He basically got Adidas removed from the NBA.
Yeah, with his broken little shriveled little legs.
It pains me to say that, but Derrick Rose should not be on the list.
Yes, it pains me to say it too. Does not belong anywhere near this top 75 list.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's transition with Derrick Rose talk. All right, last thing we want